Hi everybody and welcome back. This is Triston from SSL Today we are trying something a little bit different. We're up to almost beauty blogger quality videos, so well done guys. Today I want to answer a couple of questions that I get a lot about Bluetooth beacons. So today's video is Triston's 10 most commonly asked questions about Bluetooth beacons. Question number 1. Do you need to send users to a website that has an SSL certificate or an HTTPS in order for Bluetooth beacons to work? So if you're going to be using the Eddystone feature in your Bluetooth beacons, then the final site does have to have an SSL certificate, or it has to be the https://www. Now, what I mean by the final website is you can still use something like Bitly or any other of those link shorteners, and those don't have to have an SSL certificate. It's the final site. It's where your users finally end up after that initial redirect. So unfortunately, we can't cheat and send people to an HTTPS Bitly link and then send them to a website that does not have that certification, because it just won't work. Question number dos. That's Spanish for 2. Where do you send the traffic? I think the easiest way to think about beacon traffic is it's basically the same thing as any other sort of ad traffic. So like if you're going out and you're buying Google ads or Facebook ads or anything like that, typically you don't want to send people straight to your homepage. You want to send them to a landing page or to an email opt-in or even a sales page. You don't want them having to go through and navigate through the site to find whatever it is that they're interested in. Send them to where they want to go. And so like I said, what we will typically do is we'll either send them to an opt-in or a sales page where they can sign up for whatever it is they want, or they can buy whatever it is that they want. Also make sure that you have some sort of a tracking pixel on there, so like Facebook, at least Facebook, but you want to be able to go back and reach that audience again. So I mean, they might be there, they might see the beacon, and then all of a sudden they look away for something, they had to close it, and then when they come back they're outside the beacon's range and like, oh crap, it's gone. And of course they could just go back to their browser history, or they could have saved it, but whatever. Just make sure you have some way of getting back in touch with that traffic afterwards. But yeah, we build these things with either Miller Lite, which was recommended by one of you guys, and we still absolutely love it. Or another option would be to have it as actually part of your website, have a special page just for that beacon traffic, or just for your ad traffic, or just for your, whatever traffic. Just treat it like you would an ad. Question number 3. Which beacon should I buy? Whichever one works. So I'm a bit of an Estimote fanboy. I use Estimote beacons for pretty much everything. I haven't really tried any of the other beacons out there simply because these do exactly what I want them to do. It's at a reasonable price and I'm happy with it. I don't need anything else. Now of course Estimote does have several different kinds of beacons, and so you have like the sticker beacons, which are really cool. You have the proximity beacons, which are kind of cool. You have the location beacons, which are really cool. And then you have like the video beacons, and then they just added these new PMD beacons. So you got a lot of options. And so again, I would really say look into it, see what your actual needs are, and then look at the different features and functionalities of the different beacons, not even just Estimote, but all the beacons in general, and make a wise decision based on that information. I personally use 2 different kinds of beacons. I'll either use the sticker beacons from Estimote, which are very small, they're inexpensive, they don't have as big of a range, and I stick one in my wallet whenever I go to the store. I just carry one pretty much everywhere. For client work, then typically what I want to do is I want to be able to send out multiple packets at once. So I want to be able to reach iOS and Android users. I want to be able to cover a larger area. And so typically for that reason, for client stuff, I'm going to use a location beacon. They're a little bit more expensive. They're $33 a piece. The dev kits are $100 and you get 3 of them. But again, the functionality that you get and the fact that you can basically you're able to do what takes 8 beacons with a single beacon, it's the best choice in my opinion. But again, look at what you need. You don't need more than what you need, but you certainly don't want to have less than what you need. So take a look into that. Did that make sense? That sounded like a stupid answer. Question number 4, which is one that's actually surprised me quite a bit. People are asking if I want to sell beacons in bulk, in mass. If I want to set up a site where people can come in, they can order the beacons, they put in the information, I ship out the beacons and stuff like that. No, I don't want to do that. And there are a couple of companies out there that are doing that right now. Frankly, I have zero desire to deal with any of that stuff. I don't like going to the post office because people are mean, and I don't like, you know, just all the other stuff that comes with that. But the key reason for this is because I think that you're actually losing money if you do it that way. And the reason I say this is because a beacon really is only a source of traffic. That's all it does, is it sends traffic to a website. Sure, it's a cool way to get traffic to a website, but that's basically all it does. And so traffic in and of itself isn't worth anything. What makes traffic valuable is when you can convert that traffic into a paying customer. And there are other things that you need in order to make that conversion take place. So for example, we're talking about email lists and opt-in forms and sales pages and stuff like that. You know, I can sell a beacon for 50 bucks a piece, 50 bucks a month or whatever, and that's great. But I can also build out an email funnel for a business, and I can build out their website, and I can do their SEO, and I can handle their paid marketing, and I can handle all that other stuff, which is going to make me a lot of money, and it's going to make my client a lot of money. Or I can ship out beacons for 50 bucks a month. And honestly, the money that I want to make comes from that upsell. The beacon is just the way I get in the door. The beacon is the way that I get people's attention because it's new, it's cool, it works like magic, and then I can sell them all the other things that they need. Because again, beacons just send out traffic. If they don't have any way of taking advantage of that traffic, then they're not going to make any money off of it. You know, the customer, your business customer, isn't going to make any money off of that traffic. And so that's the reason that I don't want to sell it in bulk. I like doing individual projects like I've been doing so far. Question number 5 is whether or not I'm actually selling these things. And I really like the way that these questions came ordered because it just works. It's a nice flow. Yes, I am selling these things. I've actually sold quite a few of them. Biggest client so far was a zoo. We sold them 15 beacons. We also sold them a website. We sold them email funnels. We sold them opt-in pages for. We sold an e-commerce page so that way they can do their gift shops online. We're also setting up sponsored animal pages. So basically it's a really big project. They're going to make all the money that they're spending pretty much in the first month, maybe the first 2 months, just off of the sponsored pages that we're going to be able to put together for them. And then we're also able to accept donations for the animals. We're able to do all kinds of really neat stuff. And we're doing that with 15 beacons. So again, I could have sold them 15 beacons. What's that, like $750 a month? Or I can have the project that I'm doing now, where it's going to be like $15,000 a year. So that's actually still pretty cheap. I probably should have charged them a lot more than that. But in addition to the zoo, we've also sold a bunch to some restaurants, a gym, some handyman contractor type businesses, and then of course I have my affiliate beacons scattered throughout the city. So yeah, definitely are selling them, definitely are using them. Very happy with them so far. Question number 6 is, Tristan, what are your favorite kinds of beacon clients? The answer to that are big ones that have lots of money. Actually, just ones that have lots of money. They don't have to be big. Lots of money. Personally, I love the zoo project that we're working on. I mean, it's just everything that I have been working towards for the last 4 or 5 years, and it's neat to see, you know, all that work and all that research and all the study and, you know, all these different pieces I've been trying to put together over all these years finally come together into something real, into something I can touch and see, something I can see the users actually using. It's just a neat feeling. But aside from those big projects, I think that restaurants are probably going to be my next favorite, just because there's a lot of potential there, and usually they'll give me free food whenever I stop by to upgrade the firmware. Other things that I'd like to get into would be like cruise lines. I think there's all kinds of things you can do with a cruise line. That would be sexy. And then of course also things like hotels. Eventually what I'd like to do is I'd like to kind of take over an entire city and place, you know, beacons at all the tourist attractions and beacons at all the little stores and, you know, beacons along all the bus routes, and just coat an entire city in beacons and just do all kinds of really cool stuff for them. I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar with the video game called Watch Dogs. It'd be kind of like that, but, you know, benign. I've lost count of the questions because I've been recording this all day. This next question is, where can I go to learn more about beacons? There are a few different answers to this. First off, we're making a lot of videos here about beacons on this channel, so I recommend that you take a look and subscribe if you have not already. There's also a Facebook group that's just recently been put together. It's called Beacon Proximity Marketing, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. Hopefully the owner doesn't get mad at me for sending tons of people over. I'll email him first. And then aside from that, I also have some Google notifications set up so that way I get a little alert every time there's something new happening with beacons, you know, across Google. And I'm actually putting together like a newsletter, so if you guys want to just keep up to date on all the new beacon things that are happening, then check out that link in the description and you guys can sign up for that email list. It's like a newsletter kind of thing. I'll be sending out those emails probably once a week unless something really big and exciting happens. I'll let you guys know about that. But if you do want to learn more about beacons, that's probably going to be the best way to go about it. Aside from that, we are also working on creating a beacon training program. So if you guys are interested in that, then also let me know. Right now we're putting together information from several other different, lead generation guys, guys who really know their stuff. Some web developers, some marketing gurus. It's just a really cool big project. So we're working on putting all that together, and I'll let you guys know when I have more information on that. But definitely let me know if you guys are interested, and I'll make sure that gets shared. Question number 8. I went back and counted. What do you think of Royalty Gems? So Royalty is a beacon marketing company, and they have their beacons that they call gems. They sell them, I think it's $50 a month, and you get 3 of them, and they work on the Eddystone platform. So basically what you do is you give these guys $50 a month, they send you 3 beacons, and then whenever you want to update that information, whenever you want to update wherever a beacon's pointing, then you email them, they update it after like 2 or 3 weeks, and then you keep paying the $50 a month. I've never actually used their services, I've never tried their devices, never came across any. I mean, just for me, looking at it, we obviously know what kind of beacons they're using, right? I mean, you're probably talking about something like the Estimote stickers, which are $10 a pop, and then they're just using the Eddystone function because they can only send them to HTTPS websites, and they only work for Android devices. That screams Eddystone. So I think that they have a clever plan. I think they have an interesting placement. I'm glad they're making money doing whatever it is that they're doing. But at the same time, there are ways that you can do that yourself and you don't have to spend $50 a month. Like I said, you can get the sticker beacons. You can, it comes with 10, so you can sell the other 7 to, other businesses and, charge them $100 to set those things up. And you can do everything that they're doing, but you can do it cheaper. And of course, you can just go with the location beacons. You can set it up to send out the iOS and the Eddystone packets at the same time. You get a much larger range, and those things are $33 a piece. So, you'd be spending basically the first month, because they ask for a $50 deposit too. So you basically spending the same amount for the first month, but then you get to keep the devices forever, and there's no monthly fee. So yeah, I think it's great for people who don't know what they're doing and who don't have the time to learn, but as far as something that I would ever sell, it's not something I'm interested in. Question number 9. Triston, are you an Estimote affiliate? I do talk about Estimote a lot, but no, I'm not. In fact, I asked them if they had like a reseller program or if they had like some sort of a commission thing that I can sign up for, and they never wrote back. So Estimote, if you are watching this, write me back. So no, I'm not an Estimote affiliate by any means. I am, however, an Amazon affiliate, and since Estimote is selling their beacons on Amazon, then I'm able to kind of get like an indirect commission because of Amazon, but not coming from Estimote. That being said, there are a lot of different kinds of beacons on Amazon, and so if you guys want to go and check those out, use my affiliate link. I make like 30 cents, 40 cents? Like 40 cents, so. And then last but not least, it's not one of the questions I get the most, but it is a question that seems to concern a lot of people, and that is, do you need to know how to code anything in order to use these beacons? So again, it's going to depend on the kind of beacon that you're using. It's going to depend on what you want to do with the beacons, but for general purposes, talking about the same things that we've been doing, setting up the iOS and setting up the Eddystone beacons, just that basic function, no. Using the Estimote stuff, definitely not an affiliate. then you can, just open up the app. You can interact with any of the beacons that you have in the area, and you can update them. You can do whatever you need, and it doesn't require any programming skills. Now, again, like I said, I think that the real value behind a beacon is what you can do with that traffic. And so if you're able to create a website, create these opt-in pages, all this other stuff, usually that will require, at least some familiarity with HTML and CSS and those different kinds of, and the different language that you need for website stuff. But to be totally honest, that's more if you want to customize something, or if something's not working the way that you want it to, then you want to go in and you want to tweak some stuff. But even there, it's not really 100% necessary. You can do all of this without any coding whatsoever. In fact, my wife, who does not do coding at all, she can program a beacon, she can create her opt-in page, and she can sell stuff with that traffic, and she just does it on the cell phone. So, nope, definitely don't need to know how to program anything. Which is great, we like that. Now, if you guys do have any other beacon related questions, make sure to leave them in the comments section below and I will answer them post haste. Typically I try to answer the questions actually in the comments section, but if there's a question that we get a lot, or if there's a question that has a really long answer, or if there's a question that I think would make a good video, then I'll probably turn it into a video as well. But so yeah, check out the links that we have in the description. Like I said, we're going to have the beacon newsletter that we're going to set up, and we're really excited about that, so make sure to sign up for that. And then of course you also have the Beacon Proximity Marketing Facebook group that you guys can check out, and like and subscribe, please. Buy stuff using my Amazon affiliate link. Oh, and just in case you guys were curious, there's actually a way that you can donate $6.50 to me as a YouTube content creator. Now, $6.50 doesn't sound like a lot, but that's enough for me to buy burritos from the local Mexican place, and they're amazing, and I love them, and my wife loves them, and it's actually buy one get one free. So we spend $6.50, we get 2 drinks, and then we get 2 burritos, and it's awesome. So if you guys want to support me and this channel and my burrito eating hobby, you guys can do that. There's a link in the description. It's the paypal.me. So yeah, anyways, that'll do it for me. Have yourselves an excellent day, and I will see you guys in the next video. We got some cool stuff coming up next week, so make sure to tune in for that. Have a good one, and I will see you then. Bye. Oh wait, I'm supposed to say this is Tristan from SEO.ninja, helping to connect the dots between your business and your customers. Okay, now bye.